Today, I'm here to talk to you about a game that could potentially bring some competition into the NCAA space with EA, and that is a game called Maximum Football 23. Now, I am just saying that it brings competition to EA and not just like NCAA or Madden, because this game has the potential and the idea to bring both the college and professional world into one game. Now, this is just built off the back of the NCAA, so it's going to start with the NCAA, but eventually it will branch out into a more professional setting, kind of like the NFL. Now, this game is built in Unreal Engine 5. I believe it is the first football game to be built in Unreal Engine 5. And it will also be open to fully customizable everything. So people who get this game when it comes out, it's slated for this spring, will be able to choose rosters, players, editors, edit jerseys. You can upload your own logos. You can do all of these things within the game that you can then share with the community. So while they don't have licensing per se, it could lead to a situation where even though it's not like a mod, it will have support for you to create whatever you would like to do inside of the game. Now, the game's going to start off in early access this spring. It's going to be on Steam. The big thing, though, is it is going to be free to play, and it is going to launch with a Dynasty mode that you're going to be able to play, get kind of a feel of the game. There's going to be some online stuff as well. Don't know the exact details for what's coming yet. But with anything early access, the big question is, how are you going to pay for stuff? You have these grand schemes of like what you want the game to be. How are you going to pay for it? What's the monetization going to look like for this game? I do think that getting it into early access as a free-to-play game is a good thing because you're going to be getting a lot of eyeballs on it because it's free-to-play and it's something other than EA. The kicker is, though, once you get people in, if the game's not good, it is hard to get those people back later. However, I'm here as the voice of reason. Do not expect this game to be what I've seen a lot, the Madden killer. This is not a AAA studio. This is not a billion-dollar company. This is probably, I don't want to say it's indie, maybe double A? Maybe a double A game? I don't think it's an indie title. But it's probably a double A offering, but there's going to more than likely be some growing pains when it releases. And I'm sure that the football is not going to play the same as you may expect if you have been playing Madden. During this trailer, we just get a lot of kind of like canned animations. And I mean, animations are animations. There's not a whole lot of gameplay through it. And there is one thing that I do just want to highlight right here real quick. In Madden, so many things are dictated by animations, branching in and out of animations, and how the system calculates what animations are going to be taking place. This leads you into getting locked into a lot of things that seem quite unnatural. One thing that I'm hoping with this game is you're not quite locked into that. You are more locked into ratings affecting gameplay and not animations affecting gameplay. There's some things kind of showing, if you do this, let's say you do this, where it's, the mechanics and the ratings dictate the gameplay, you're going to get into some kind of unnatural looking player animations because the game is being dictated outside of animations. And one thing to kind of like show what I mean by that, if you watch this player right here, he is going to be coming in and he's going to get a spin move hit on him. But instead of him like planting his foot in the ground and, getting that real motion to stop and turn the other way, he's just going to go, yep. You can see it. Yep. Look at him. He just, yep. And it looks weird, but that's showing a little bit more of like it's not being locked in by animations, that it can be a true like physics-based simulation football game, because that's kind of what a lot of people have been looking for when they play some of these football games. They've been looking for that, wanting that, and Madden just hasn't been able to deliver that. They can have all the animations in the world, but when you get locked into an animation and it's, you hit a player and it's like he has all the momentum on the play, but then you get an animation where he just like does this and falls forward for an extra 4 yards. It's like, okay, that's not exactly great. Being able to maybe like add in more players to actually dictate like what's going on in the field instead of getting locked into these animations, I think could be a pretty fun football experience. The only thing is sometimes doing it that way, it's not going to look the most realistic. And I mean, coming also just from watching this trailer, that's kind of how it looks to be heading, where it's, there's going to be some things that occur that's just not going to look right. But as long as the game plays right, I think that that's all that should matter. And also, the big thing is just getting a competitor in front of EA. That's what everybody has always wanted. Some form of competition. Now, Madden will always have the NFL. Well, maybe not always. More than likely, they'll have the NFL. They'll have the rights there, so you'll be able to dig into that for the Madden nerds. But this game seems to be trending in a pretty, I would say, positive direction. The big thing is, though, is like, do not come in, I believe, to this game with lofty, high expectations. There's going to be some things that just don't look right, probably don't play right. But hopefully, if a game like this can get enough traction, it can maybe grow into something more than that. It can maybe become a rival. They're going to be getting a leg up on NCAA football since that's been delayed. So maybe they can grow within that space for NCAA football to compete with EA to drive both to be better. Overall, though, when I watched this trailer, it's good. It's good. It's not great. There's definitely some things that you see, like if you stop on a freeze frame, you can kind of be like, well, all right, that doesn't look, that doesn't look right. Like there's a point in time with a block that's coming up where it's like you look at it and you're like, what is this? Why isn't he coming like around the edge to try to tackle this guy maybe from behind? This guy's just running here. Why isn't he trying to put a block on this corner? There's some of the, like, why isn't this guy disengaging? Why isn't this guy disengaging? There's some of those things that you could really like nitpick on for sure. And one of the hardest things to do is the offensive defensive line for sure in video games, like getting that right. Something that Madden has struggled with for decades to get that right. So maybe Modus does something a little bit better. Maybe it's based more on ratings. Maybe it's based solely more on physics instead of animations and animation locking. And hopefully they can just put forth a product that is just, in the end, fun. I think we've gotten away from that way too much, is to make just fun video games. But I'm excited for this. I just wanted to just touch on this real fast, just to show you all, if you have not seen this trailer, that this is a game that is coming this spring. Spring meaning could be like March to June at some point. It's just going to be on Steam. It's going to be in early access to start. This is something that I will absolutely give a try on the channel. So you can use me as, the test subject for this game. But I'm pretty excited to see what they have to offer. The last game that we got was the Doug Flutie Maximum Football 2020, and it was bad. And Modus bought the rights to the game, and they've been kind of not radio silent. They've released a couple of dev blogs if you want to go check them out, but not a whole lot is known about the game until this trailer dropped. And for a first trailer from a non-AAA publisher, I would say it built the hype a little bit for this game, which is good. It's something that you want to see within the space to potentially work their way into making a good competitive football alternative to Madden. But that's all I had to say today. I just want to show you guys this, give you my just very initial brief thoughts. If this is something you're interested in, I would highly suggest to go check out Modus's YouTube. They have some dev blogs in there if you want to just kind of see behind the scenes a little bit. Maximum Football has a Discord as well that I've been kind of perusing and looking through to see what plans are that they have for the game, what feedback's been given already. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking like the dev team is pretty passionate about this, and I'm excited to see what they're able to bring in the spring. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Helps me out, helps the channel, helps get the video out into the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. If you're wanting to see this when it comes out, I do PGA stuff here. I've been doing a little bit of more random sports games as well. If you're interested in any of that, subscribe to the channel. Think about following along leading up to the launch of this game in spring. But I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I will catch you on the next one.